Hello guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be discussing about crypto, Bitcoin, and also going to reveal to you an altcoins which I think is going to do extremely well into this bull market, which has already been initiated, and it could be finishing very, very soon in the next maybe 12 to 18 months. Of course, before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates about this crazy crypto market. So straight away, guys, I want to go into Bitcoin and I want to show you a few things which I found which has been quite interesting. Last night yesterday we pumped like crazy. We went up to roughly $71,700, and unfortunately we still had a rejection from here. So the question is, where are we going to go next? What is going to be happening in the next few weeks? And how's the price of Bitcoin is going to, of course, it's going to continue to go up or is going to go down. Now, let's go into the higher time frame so we can see a bit better what's going on and how we can actually trade this. So at the moment, Bitcoin is into this beautiful, has broken from a potential bull flag. From here we had a bull flag with a break to the upside, then we started to go up, we had a bit of a retracement, and right now has been stalled around this area. First of all, not to mention that yesterday we printed on the daily candle a beautiful engulfing candle. You can see this blue candle over here covering the red candle, and in general this can be a very good sign of a bullish continuation, because it would have been better if we had closed around $71,000, but we're still closing below this 71,000. So once we're going to break this $71,000, then of course that could be very bullish for BTC, and potentially we're going to reach new highs sooner rather than later. I want to show you as well from a Fibonacci point of view what I mean by that. I'm going to get my Fibonacci retracement from here. I'm going to go to here and I'm going to show you. See that at the moment we are struggling to break this 0.676 Fibonacci, and looks like it really doesn't want to push to the upside. And the question is, when are we going to break? Well, in general, if we don't break, I would say for the next maybe week or so, there is a high risk that Bitcoin could actually tank more and it could go down to, let's say, these levels of support. So one is right now 69,000, 68,000. Next one is roughly 67,000, 66,000 dollars. So I guess if you're not going to be able to break this soon rather than later, then of course we might see a break to the downside and go back around this area. But of course, that's what you could be expecting. Could be expecting maybe it's going to go down to this level of support, maybe a little bit of a retracement, and then from here, boom, it's going to go up to the upside, because the macro trend, guys, it's bullish. That's quite obvious to say, but of course, we have to take everything into consideration. So I'm gonna go now and just clean this chart so that you have a very good understanding. So at the moment, yeah, looks like what we could be seeing right now could be, in my opinion, looks like that we've really started to struggle to break this resistance over here, and we really need to do so as soon as possible. Now I'm gonna go on the 4-hour chart so you can see a little bit better what I think it could be happening. So at the moment we have this interesting chart. We had an inverted head and shoulder around here. I'm going to show you straight away. So we were going to the downside, we had this inverted head and shoulder, and then what I can do to calculate the target of this inverted head and shoulder, as we called live in our VIP group, I can just put it from here, and the inverted head and shoulder was completed over here, which means that after we have a completion of this pattern, what could be happening would be a trend to the downside. So what we could be expecting from here, it would be either two things. So number one, I'm going to show you right now. So what we can do, we can trace our levels of support and resistance. So we have right now this beautiful level of support. So Bitcoin is still holding around this area, as you can see. We're still holding from here. So that could be the first level of support, and the next one, it could be down to this area over here. So what we can do from here, I'll show you. I'm gonna go like that, and I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna show you, and we're gonna get our Fibonacci retracements, and then put it from here to here. So right now, I'm gonna probably put it around this area. So what we could be see from here, it would be, we need to understand with the Fibonacci retracement how low we could go to based on this diagonal trend of support, and also having a look at the Fibonacci and our normal support and resistance. So what I can do, I can also trace my levels of support all around this area over here. I'm going to put one also down to this area, roughly around here. So the question is, if Bitcoin is going to break this area over here, then what we could be seeing, could see a continuation to the downside, going down, let's say down to here. That could be our first target. But of course, if we're going to see this one also breaking down to this level, we might see maybe a bit of a pullback. But if this is going to continue, then our final target is going to be potentially down to here at $67,000. And in this occasion, guys, that could be a very high chance then from here, instead of seeing like a continuation to the downside, you're going to see a nice push to the upside again. So that could be a very good long position to open. Of course, we have to play level by level, and at the moment Bitcoin is actually resting on this diagonal level of support. So that's what I think can be happening with a 4-hour chart. And if you ask me what I'm going to do, well, I bought Bitcoin at $15,000, and at the moment I'm sitting like in spot, doing a little bit of scalp here. But if I had to decide now where I would like to buy Bitcoin at the moment, it would be, first of all, I bought this morning because I'm doing some scalping. But if I had to decide to put like more capital, then I will definitely wait for Bitcoin to at least go down to this area, 69,000, 68,000, and then I will start to deploy more capital, because I know that the pullback could be quite likely to occur. Something we have to be also be very careful in this area over here will be the potential formation of a double top. Double top is a bearish figure that has a top over here and also a top over here. So that could be also happening as well. And if double top plays out, guys, the target is going to be, I'm going to drag this one from here to the neckline, could be down to here. So if this double top is going to play out, then we could be seeing a potential retracement down to $66,000, which also goes in line exactly with our diagonal level of support and also with our 0.618 Fibonacci, which is a very important, how do I say? It's a very important level. Okay, so think about this Fibonacci when you see 0.618. That's a very important level of support. So if I had to guess again, 66,000, is not out of the cards. But again, remember, I'm talking about intraday. If you talk about the weekly chart, guys, the weekly chart is extremely bullish. Yeah, we could see maybe a little bit of consolidation from here, but in general, the chart, says everything by herself. I can go over here on the weekly chart. I mean, guys, look at this. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. Yeah, we might go back down and retest, 60,000, 65,000, whatever you want. But at the end of the day, guys, this is what I think can be happening. It could be happening going from here like this. It could be doing maybe this. It could be doing this. But eventually, let's say if you, of course, depending what kind of trader you are, but if you are like myself, like a swing trader, you have a longer time frame, and if you can wait another 2 to 3 months, the trend is gonna go higher. Like that's of course not financial advice, that's my own opinion, but this I think is gonna be happening. And I'm gonna show you now as well from a very low time frame what could be happening from here. So right now on a 1 hour time frame, which is very good for scalping, 1 hour in general, it's okay. So we can see that we are going, I'm just gonna put this over here. Now we're having a pullback right now, so we went down this way, we retouched exactly, and again in our private Discord channel we call this one. So we had this beautiful pullback to the upside. It looks like we are printing a bullish engulfing candle from here, but at the same time, guys, you have to be very careful because a few things. Number one, so what I did, I bought at 70,000 as per like prediction, like I was saying, and now we are 70,417. So what you have to have a look at now would be this. I'll show you right now. Can you see that we have this resistance over here? So this is a diagonal resistance, and also we have these little lines. These little lines are called moving averages, right? So whenever you see the candles, these candles are sitting above the moving average. That can, and once they go down this way, this line can be a support. But when it's vice versa, this can actually be resistance. So once you're gonna go to this level at 70,500-ish, there could be a very strong level of resistance. That's why what I did, I sold already 50% of my position, and then I'm gonna see what's gonna happen over here. Because if I'm gonna see a break to the upside, then I'm gonna let my position to continue to go up. But if you're gonna see a rejection from here, I'm gonna just really keep it updated. Then I'm gonna close my entire position, because what could be happening from here, guys? We are doing scalping. We're not doing, long term. Anything can happen. Is that you're gonna see this movement from here, and then boom, down to this level, and maybe 69,500 or 69,000. But if it breaks over here, of course, then you can keep your position open and of course run the whole wave. But so far, yeah, very important to reclaim this moving average. Otherwise, you can see this collapse going downstairs. And as well, what you can do, you can have a look at our Fibonacci as well. So you can go from here to here, see what the Fibonacci is telling us, and Fibonacci is saying that, yeah, once you're going to go to this level over here, which is in correspondence with our resistance, as we said before. I'm going to show you from here. So it kind of like, it's saying that this candle might go up as maybe 7,600, 7,500, and then have a rejection. But again, it's I'm talking about statistics over here. Like, it just, it doesn't have to be 100% that happens. Like, you have to be very careful. But at the moment, it looks like, yeah, we could be potentially go up to this level, and then we will see after. Here we go, 4,671 calling live, which is fantastic. So well done to all of you who actually bought the bottom over here, guys. Next one I want to talk about today is Fetch AI, or FET, and Fetch AI. I mean, it looks incredible, guys. One of the best AI coins. Some people were asking me, what do I see right now, like in terms of technical analysis? I mean, as I said before, we are printing a potential bull flag from here with Fetch AI. Looks like it could be a continuation. Now, it's actually quite difficult to say that if the bull flag is actually starting from here, from the bottom to here. But in my opinion, I would say it could be starting from here, or it could be starting from here. So if I then calculate from here to here and then drag it down to this area, at least I'm expecting a target of $4 in the next upcoming months. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to see a pullback. Of course, you can see maybe the price to go down this way, but that's what I think is going to be happening in more like medium term. Let's have a look more intraday, what could be happening with Fetch AI. I had one of my members, he was very happy that joined our Trading Academy a few months ago, and he just came with a great technical analysis yesterday on Fetch. So very, very proud of him, really, just to have this very, very good level of understanding and reasoning. So great. And yeah, I was talking about this, that we could have formed here an engulfing candle, and it looks like at the moment, guys, that Fetch AI is, retracing a little bit, something which makes me a little bit, sorry, I'm not gonna say concerned, but that could potentially tell me that we're gonna go a little bit more down this way. Could be the fact that we are now sitting on the 4-hour chart below this moving average, right? So if we're going to see a closure of this 4-hour chart, then what you could be saying is a continuation to the downside, maybe 310, and then if this one breaks, guys, that's probably going to be our biggest area of interest is going to be around here, around the 2.8, and I'm going to show you why. First of all, because we have a beautiful support area from here. So the support area is actually, acting as a support, of course, and also because we had this break from here. So this break from our flag. So what we could be seeing could be around this area, so 2.7, in between 2.9 and 2.75. So then of course you can DCA if it goes here. That could be my biggest area of interest to see a bigger bounce. So what I'm expecting is, let's say for example, if we're going to go down to this area over here, so let's say we're going to go down this way, and then we're going to touch around this area, then from here I'm really expecting a big bounce at least to this area. So if you think about it, if you're going to go down to, let's say, 276 to $3, that's already like a 12-13% trade. So that's could be massive, especially if if you're using leverage. You go like myself, I usually use it. Depends, in between 5x of 10x when I scalp, and yeah, it's $100,000 size, so $1 million position. Even if I make 10% is $100,000, so that could be already a very good trade. But let's have a look also more intraday with Fetch AI, what's going to be happening right now. So I'm going to go on the 15 minutes to show you a little bit more. But by the way, Fetch, weekly it looks fantastic. So yeah, at the moment, it's hanging by a thread on this 200 moving average. I'm just going to go from here, and it looks like, well, it's forming in a bullish engulfing candle on the 15 minutes, but at the same time looks like it's really losing steam. So I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to see now with Fetch a little bit of a pullback up to here, and then maybe more downside. Okay, so it's still very early to say that, but again, before we really want to I guess we want to confirm it's going to go higher, we just had to wait a little bit longer. So from here, yeah, we had a potential breakout. So if this candle can actually close up to here, we could see more upside around this area, very similar to Bitcoin. But of course, if you lose this level, then what I might be expecting would be more downside. And I'm also going to show you the target, which I think it could be going down to. So I'm going to go on the 1 hour so we can see a little bit better. So the 1 hour chart, we can see a big support around this area. So I'm going to highlight it for you. So let's go here, and then here we go. So we have one big area here, roughly $3. That could be the first level of interest. Then we can see as well, I'm going to go on our diagonal level of support as well. So the $3, that's the one I was talking about before. Then you can see that right now we are here, we're still hanging by a thread. Like look at this perfect level of support. We bounce back around this area, but if we lose this level, then of course we go down this way here. And if we lose that level at $3, then what we could see could be another pullback down to 2.7 to 2.8. So in terms of risk, guys, the 2.8 is the best area to go for long, to be honest, because it's there's so much confluence. You're going to have a oversold RSI from here. You're going to have, I'm going to go on the 4 hours so I can show you a bit better. You're going to have, first of all, the retest of that flag over here, which is very important. From here, then you're going to have, see from here, this one, then you're going to have potentially an oversold RSI, which usually is a buying signal. You're going to have also like an EMA, and therefore that could be really a good area to go long. But of course, we're going to assess the whole situation. And finally, guys, I want to show you this coin, which I think it's incredible. That was, again, one of my members mentioned this coin over here, and it looks spectacular to me, to be honest, for a few reasons. Number one, I'm gonna go and show you from a monthly chart. First of all, if we're gonna be able to close the end of the month around this area, there's gonna be a bomb, because then, of course, what you could see, it could be a continuation up to this area over here. And by the way, the coin is CELO USDT, so you can check on that. And also on the weekly chart, it's still sitting below this 100-week moving average, but once it's going to be able to break this area, first target is going to be around here. So we're talking about $2.40, then $3.20, but I think is about in terms of timing, it's about time that this is gonna go crazy. And again, I'm not saying that you're not gonna see pullbacks. This could happen, 100%. This could happen, but eventually this is gonna happen, and this is going to happen. So, this is going to happen. And again, if you go CELO USDT, that's incredible. You can maybe see also more intraday what could be happening short term as well, because it's about to break out, guys. It's about to break out, but of course, sometimes it takes a little bit of time with altcoins. But those are the one that, if once they're gonna start to break, guys, it's gonna go insane. So, CELO USDT, you can see that. From more intraday, we have a big support around this area. So if I had to guess, at the moment, right, what we could be seeing could be a potential pullback around this area, potentially 1.16, and then of course continuation to the upside. But I guess it's quite early to say at the moment. I'm gonna go more on the even more intraday. Yes. So the reason why I'm saying you should be seeing more of a pullback to the downside is the fact that you can see here is forming what we call a head and shoulder. So shoulder, head, and shoulder. And then what you could be seeing from here is actually this one to continue to go down. And that could be the target from here, which goes exactly to this area at 1.11, 1.12. If that happens, guys, I'm gonna load up my track like crazy. I already bought, very lower than this, so of course, that's what you want to do at the moment. Guys, I really hope it was helpful. Of course, if you have a question, let me know. Leave a comment down below. But otherwise, I'm going to see you tomorrow for another update about Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market.